Hello there.
Hi.
Welcome to the mill.
Thank you.
That's right. It's easier. Sometimes you can go down backwards, but whatever you want.
That is a steep stairwell.
It is. Welcome to the mill. First time?
Yes.
What can I tell you about mills?
Everything. I know nothing about
That's
mills.
fine.
So
Well, this is Oldland Mill. This is the spout floor.
the
Spout.
spout floor. Okay.
So this is the spout here. We've got two spouts, and these are the ones that carry the flour when it's produced by the stone. So you can see the underside of the stone here. This is the rear stone. That would have been its top part, counterpart. It's a French burr stone. It's made up of little sections.
Yep.
Plaster of Paris and a big band around the side. That's probably about 300 years old.
So that has a band around the outside, so it's not one big chunk of stone. It's
No, that's right. So because it's French burr stone, the romantic story is that all the sections were used as ballast in the ships, and they didn't pay import duty on it. If they imported a complete stone, they would have paid duty on it. So they took each section out as ballast, and then they put it together, stuck plaster of Paris in, got a blacksmith to knock up a band and hold it together.
Yeah.
And that's the original stone that was on top. But we've replaced the one at the front. So there's a stone at the front. You can see underneath. You can see where the spindle goes up.
Yep.
That's the bottom, and that's a Derbyshire grit. So that's a much harder wearing stone. That's
Right.
A lot newer.
Okay.
That's probably 30 years old. The stone that we put in when we refurbished.
okay.
But in the same way, spout here, and we've got a spout here. So
Okay.
what happens is when the flour's milled, the grain's milled, it comes out as flour.
Yep.
It gets brushed around and it gets forced under gravity down the spout.
Okay.
We collect it in bags, 20 kilo bags. Usually that's about the sort of typical bag size.
When it gets brushed, it's just because it's the grinding of the stones just pushes it around, and then it just naturally just falls
Just
off.
like a centrifugal force, it gets forced out. You feed the grain in, in the middle, it gets pushed through. You'll see it when you go upstairs, you'll see the central ring around the stone.
Yeah.
So the grain falls down, it gets pushed out, and the flour comes out, just falls down inside the furniture and gets swept round. And as it gets swept round, it gets pushed down. The miller comes here and he can control the height of the stone using this tentering here.
The height of the stone.
The height of the stone.
So how tightly they're grinding the.
Exactly, and that affects the quality of the flour.
Right.
So even by just turning that, say, a half turn like that, lifts the bread stream, pushes up the top stone. The
Amazing.
bottom stone is fixed.
Yeah.
That's fixed on place, so it's just the top stone that you change in height. The second thing the miller does is how fine do I want my flour?
Yeah.
So I don't want it fine. So affect how fast the grain goes into the centre of the stone.
Right.
And you change the shoe. You'll see a little wooden shoe up there. And this twist peg, you see, moves that rope,
Yep.
and that moves, that changes the height of the shoe. So you can feed more or less grain, quicker or slower, and that would affect how the quality of the flour.
How does that affect? I mean, this I understand. If you're bringing the top stone lower, you're grinding it finer, adding a higher quantity of grain going in at any moment. How does that affect it?
Because it takes longer for it to be processed. Therefore, you're going to get a coarser flour. Because you're not giving it time.
Yep.
You're pushing it through. You're not giving it time to be ground properly.
So what would the coarser flour be used for?
We could use it, and the volunteers would use it. But the miller's aim is if you feel that, if you go with that, then you feel there's a little bit sort of the grain in there that you can see little bits, and that's the sort of quality. The miller would be standing here. We do a little test run, and it might be coming through a lot coarser than that. We'll say too coarse, twist peg, change the height, and then we're going. Oh yeah, actually that's about right. And then we start milling.
Just through touch, they'd sense.
Through touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's no more complicated than that.
Wow.
In a way. We actually have the advantage of a camera who can see sort of things happening upstairs, so that's how we turn it off.
From 1703?
Yes, definitely. It's very, very good.
Still working.
It's a useful aid, yes.
And this is the
We
grain
can change the batteries.
that originally
And this is the different type of grain that we have, and so yeah, and it's wholemeal.
Wholemeal, yeah.
Stone ground.
Yeah.
It's literally stone ground. It comes out wholemeal.
Yeah.
You'll see upstairs at the front of the mill on the floor above a dresser, and you can put flour back in, and it gets filtered, rotates, and it filters through different finer. You can produce white flour, but you're taking everything out. That's why wholemeal flour is much better for you.
Yeah.
A little bit of the grain, whatever, a little bit of, and so you got that better,
Yeah.
that better quality flour. This you do though have to mix with a bit of strong flour. It's not strong because strong you have to add vitamins and fortify it, things like that.
Riboflavin, is it?
But yes, I'm not the expert, but this is what you get.
Yeah.
So when I've done baking, I've mixed it in with a bit of strong white, say, or strong brown.
Yep.
But we don't produce. So this we keep it simple.
Yeah.
Different types of grain that we produce use to produce different types of flour. Because some bakers prefer, if you're doing sourdough, there might be one type of grain that's better for that than another. So yeah, some of the shops will ring us up and say, oh, yeah, can you produce this type of grain or use this type of grain to produce that type of flour? So we can do that.
So is this all different types of flour that have been made here?
This actually, see, you hear a bit of history here. This is the Oldland Windmill's first grind. 2008.
Wow.
So that's actually that's the jar, the first sample that came off the mill. And again, the second grinding.
It doesn't rot in all these years?
No, that's right.
It's in good condition.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to bake with it necessarily, but it's still okay. Yeah, and so we got the different. Yeah, you got the different.
What's that dark one there? Is that just coarsely, very coarse?
Yeah, nidlings and bran. So yeah, I think there's probably a lot coarser. So that's what you get if you leave it too coarse.
Yeah.
Which you don't want. You can't sell that.
Yeah.
So
and what are the milling?
I know we're doing transition. Actually, I'll take this gentleman up with me, and then we can go and talk stone floor as well.
I was just going to ask, what do the milling records? Why are there records of the milling?
Well, because we want to trace. It's all about traceability. So on this particular date, 20th of September 2022, is the how much flour we produced, the type of grain that we produced it from, so Zayat, and sort of a record of how long it took. And then what we do is then we have a record of which bag it went into, so we have a sack ID.
Why would you need that much detail?
Because then it's about traceability. Also, if somebody said, I want some Crusoe from a particular batch, then we can tell which sack it was in, then which bag it went into, and then we just have that traceability.
I see. Okay.
So
fascinating.
So I'm going to move upstairs, but if you want to,
sure.
If you want to follow me,
Let's head on.
We can go up to this. This is called the stone floor.
Brilliant. I hope you've enjoyed part 3. If you found the video interesting, click the like button, share the video, and click the subscribe button. And leave me a comment down below to let me know what you think of our channel, of the videos, and if you have any ideas for places we can go to explore. Thanks, and see you for part 4.